Hello and welcome to the Checkmate podcast. I will be your host Elissa Kellan to give you the rundown with the F1 world, including race weekends, championships, and so much more. Welcome to the weekly rundown behind the paddock. Starting off, Audi preparations to enter F1 in 2026 are picking up speed as a new prototype power unit is set to be given a test run before the end of the year. The Volkswagen-owned company announced in October that it was taking a stake in Sauber, a group whose Swiss-based team are competing this season as Alfa Romeo with Ferrari engines. Speaking at a presentation in Shanghai, Audi board member Oliver Hoffmann said the Formula One project had really taken off in recent months. Moving on, Haas boss Günther Steiner played down speculation linking Ricciardo with a move to Haas in 2024. They were linked with Ricciardo after he left McLaren but ultimately opted for Nico Hülkenberg to replace Mick Schumacher. So, I don't know, Daniel wanted to take a year out and then see what he wants to do next, and I think when he is ready, he will phone people up and say, "I'm ready again," he said. Ricciardo has revealed he is not scared by the lack of seats for 2024 as he aims to make a return to the grid next year. The 8-time Grand Prix winner is left sitting on the sidelines as Red Bull's third driver after being released by McLaren a year early. While Ricciardo hopes to return to the grid next year, he insists he wants it to be with a leading team and says he is unfazed by the limited options that it leaves. Lastly, Silverstone has made modifications to the runoff area at Turn 1 following Zhou Guanyu's crash at last year's British Grand Prix. The Alfa Romeo driver was flipped upside down following contact with Mercedes' George Russell at the start of last year's race. The Chinese driver's car then dug into the gravel on the runoff area, sending it over the tire barriers before being stopped by the catch fencing. Stuart Pringle, the Silverstone managing director, told motorsport.com that the gravel end had been replaced by a larger section of asphalt to try and avoid a repeat incident. This is to stop them from digging in. It's the digging in that was the real issue there, he told motorsport.com. Thank you for tuning into the Checkmate podcast. I've been your host Elissa Kellan with the rundown behind the paddock, and I'll hopefully see you next time with another episode.